Let's just say a couple of years or even months from now, a hurricane hits your area and you're stuck on the top floor of your house because of all the flooding. From your window, you watch the water rising, covering most of the smaller buildings. Trees and cars and whatnot are mostly broken and damaged, floating in the water. You regret having not taken precautions and evacuating sooner. But now it was too late. You had to get through the storm like this. All of a sudden, you see something in the water. Is it a person? You quickly start panicking on how you are going to save him. When you see something that would terrify you to your bones. It was the break of dawn. Only a few streaks of sunlight had started to hit the roofs of the houses. It was difficult to see, but it was like you never saw anything more clearly. As it lifted its head out of the water, opening its eyelid, it stared directly at you with its glowing green eyes. The waters were infested. And worse, your own house was flooded up to the first floor. Were there crocodiles or alligators just under you? If you ever find yourself in a situation when you have to judge if the creature lurking in the water is a crocodile or an alligator, what would you do? First of all, if you see an alligator wearing a vest, you can stop panicking because it's only an investigator after all. But both alligator and crocodile look pretty similar. How would you know? Or does it even matter? They're both the same anyways. Well, not exactly. Alligators and crocodiles do look quite similar to most people, and oftentimes the names are interchanged with each other when talking about any green mean lurking reptile in the water. That's a mistake that we've stuck to not changing. I mean, we get what we're talking about at the end of the day. Both reptiles are from the same scientific order, Crocodilia. However, there are significant differences between the two, because while they are from the same scientific order, they are from different scientific families. Crocodilia is an order of large semi-aquatic predatory reptiles that include alligators, caimans, gharial, and crocodiles. But of these, only some are true crocodiles, and they are not close enough to interbreed. So which of these would want to have you for dinner? Alligators are relatively timid compared to crocodiles, but they are still very dangerous. If approached by humans, an alligator will generally try to escape and head for the nearest water. But if you come upon a wild alligator and decide to poke it with a stick or trap one of its babies to take back home, then be prepared to get attacked. Wild alligators are known to attack humans if they are unexpectedly disturbed, provoked, or to defend their young. The alligators you've seen at the zoo may be more aggressive than usual, or those that lurk around villages searching for a meal, as they lose the fear of humans with regular contact. Other than that, the alligators are instinctively afraid of humans. But feeding them is always a bad idea, unless it is in a controlled condition. Do not try to feed an alligator some of your chips if you ever come across one in the wild. They're not pigeons. They will probably lose the fear and think of you as a weakling and a good source of food, and this is especially true for small children and dogs. Crocodiles, on the other hand, are very bad-tempered and far more likely to attack humans, even if they're not provoked. And beware if you like wearing Crocs, because there are some cannibal crocodiles out there. Australian saltwater crocodiles are considered the most dangerous crocodiles in the world, followed by Nile crocodiles. And you might find the American crocodiles to be one of the more timid types and rarely attack humans. In the US, chances are that if you encounter one of these reptiles, it will be an alligator, but attacks by either alligator or crocodile are rare. So if you ever come across one in the wild, or if any of them come to you, first thing you would want to do is identify what exactly you're dealing with. You want to study the creature carefully, so all you need to do is lure it to within 1 or 2 feet of you so that you can open its mouth with maybe a stick or similar object and examine its teeth up close. But be careful, do not use your hands. You know, I'm just kidding. If you come across an alligator, you'd better say, "See you later, alligator." And if it's a crocodile, after a while, crocodile. and make a run for it back to the car. Wait, no. That might not be a good idea. They might perceive you as a weak prey. Just walk away nice and quiet and make a run for it once you're out of its sight. These reptiles have the potential to be very dangerous and deadly, and are not the kind you want to keep in a tank as a new pet lizard. But if you ever fall into a situation where a crocodile is chasing you, well, look on the bright side. What's worse than one crocodile chasing you? 2 crocodiles chasing you. Unless, of course, you're a George of the jungle, you don't have to worry about those crocodiles. But yes, watch out for that tree. You could just call up a special friend. A friend that doesn't have any arms or legs or ears, or eyelids or claws or talons. Can you guess who I'm talking about? The worm. Worms are the deadliest creatures there are. They go around gobbling crocodiles like it's a packet of cookies. Alright, you know I'm joking. I was talking about the python. Pythons can go for up to 2 years without eating. But when they have a meal, they have a big one. Other times they shrink their gut down to almost nothing. Now that's something bodybuilders need to learn how to do. Pythons can eat animals that weigh more than they do, so small rats and monkeys are like a snack. And crocodiles and alligators are a nice satisfying meal. So it's pretty simple for them. All you would have to do is blow that whistle or show them that bone, and in seconds they'd come out of their hiding place, give a good bite, squeeze, and gobble gobble. Work is all done until it would turn its head and come for you. Maybe keeping a pet snake wasn't a good idea to start with. Anyways, back to crocodiles. According to a database that keeps track of crocodilian attacks around the world, the Nile crocodiles are the ones we should all be afraid of. In the past 20 years, there have been 33 human fatalities caused by American gators and crocodiles combined. But compared to fatalities caused by Nile crocodiles, 33 might sound like a small number. Nile crocodiles alone have been responsible for 268 deaths. One thing you might want to know about these reptiles is that they can't admit they're crocodiles. That's why they're called denial crocodiles. So do not push them, they will always deny it. If you know the differences between these two fierce reptiles, it can be fairly easy to distinguish which is which. And it's better not to approach either animal, but looking closely at their teeth and mouths is a good way, as they have some easily identifiable differences in their mouths. First off, an adult crocodile can grow up to about 19 feet long, whereas alligators usually reach the maximum length of about 14 feet. The biggest crocodile to have ever been recorded was over 23 feet long and weighed over 2,000 pounds. The biggest alligator, on the other hand, was recorded to be 19 feet long, weighing at 1,000 pounds. Both creatures move quite quickly on land, but for short distances only. They can both sprint or gallop, but only do it when they feel threatened, just like how you make a sprint for it when you see a crocodile. Crocodiles might reach a maximum speed of 9 miles per hour, while alligators are a bit faster at 11 miles per hour. In water, both are fast, but crocodiles are known to maintain the same speed as they do on land, while alligators can reach a faster speed of 20 miles per hour in water. You may consider alligators to be faster compared to the crocodile. It takes it a croco-while to move around. Now coming to their teeth, one of the easiest way to tell crocodiles and alligators apart is by looking for their teeth when their mouths are closed. An alligator's teeth get hidden when they close their mouth, but the crocodile's sharp teeth are still visible even with their mouths closed. The upper jaw of an alligator is wider than the lower jaw, and so it completely overlaps it, hiding all of the teeth in the lower jaw. Both upper jaw and lower jaw of a crocodile are approximately the same width, so their teeth fit along the margin of the upper jaw when they close their mouths. While you're looking closely at the animal's mouth, you might as well check how many arms it has as well, although that highly depends on how far it got with finishing its meal. Another easy way to tell these animals apart is by checking their snout. Alligators have a rounded snout, somewhat like a U-shape, whereas crocodiles tend to have longer and more pointy V-shaped snout. But as there are 23 species of crocodilians, this simple broad versus narrow snout rule does not always work. Some people can distinguish crocodiles and alligators by the color of their skin. They check the label on their handbags and then match the pattern. Alligators are known for their dark green skin, while crocodiles are usually lighter in color and more tan or brown. Another important factor to keep in mind is your location. Just by the location, you might be able to take a good guess. Usually, crocodiles inhabit saltwater habitats, and alligators are more likely to be found in marshes, swamps, and lakes in fresh water. Crocodiles are more common since they can be found in many places around the world. You will only find alligators in the southeastern US and eastern China, whereas crocodiles can be found in Africa, Australia, Southeast Asia, North America, South America, and Central America. Crocodiles have special glands in their tongues which excrete excess salt from their bodies, and while alligators also have these glands, they do not work as well, so they tend to live in fresh water. This explains why crocodiles have managed to spread across the islands of the Caribbean and alligators haven't. It is far more likely to encounter an alligator than a crocodile if you're in the US, and although there are American crocodile species, they're only found in the southernmost tip of Florida. Alligators, however, can be found across the states from Florida and Louisiana, as well as in parts of Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, North and South Carolina, Texas, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Crocodiles are found more commonly around the world, but in the US, alligators outnumber the crocodiles at over 3 million alligators to fewer than 2,000 crocodiles. The only place you will find alligators and crocodiles living side by side in the whole world is southern Florida. So if you want to get an up-close view of both these deadly reptiles, book your next trip to Florida.